I don't know what side of the fence I fall on when it comes to Starfield, but I recently saw the trailer, and instantly, as soon as I finished it, I was like, this is a game. This is okay. But I didn't love it, and I certainly didn't hate it. It just fell into the middle ground of, this is kind of average. It felt like it was all over the place. It was trying to do so many different things. And it was a bit like one of my mum's old packed lunches where she gave me some stuff that I absolutely loved and others that I absolutely hated. I think there are multiple reasons why this is. A lot of it comes from the presentation as well. I feel like the game is a lot better than Todd Howard actually put out. For a game that is meant to be as big as it is, it just had no excitement to the man. His whole mannerisms were about as exciting as a wet tea bag. But then again, I don't play a lot of space sim RPGs. Is this the kind of clientele that they're aiming for? In fact, it felt like this was more a presentation for the board of directors than a fan base that are absolutely chomping at the bit to play this game. I thought the music as well was really good. It was very spacey, but again, it didn't really give me those ASMR tingly vibes. It didn't drum up my adrenaline in my heart. In fact, I feel like if they had put Songs of the Whales on the background, it would have been more exciting than the kind of lulling vibes the spacey black hole music gave. Another problem is that the footage they used is obviously from some sort of alpha build, because it had incredibly low FPS and there were some blurry textures here and there. And if you're saying to your audience that, oh, this game is going to be so massive and so big and there's 1,000 planets for you to explore, and you know someone out there's going, so you're going to have any technical issues, and you're presenting it in 30 frames per second, it just doesn't really distill much faith into it. I know it's scripted and it probably was the first intro bit of the game as well, but I thought the whole gun sequence was a little bit meh. They had some very, very incredible lighting and it looked absolutely beautiful. And there was so much sheen and kind of metallic brilliance, but it still didn't distract from me in the fact that the gunplay just felt a bit wet and noodleish. And then when I saw the Battlefield 2042 UI make an ugly appearance, I was like, oh god, no, please don't tell me you've taken any sort of like inspiration from this game. The thing I did like, and it was actually the thing they talked about the least, was the fact that they didn't really go into the RPG elements or the story too much. You kind of got a brief idea what's got going on. And I really like Bethesda's storylines and the fact that every action you have has some sort of consequence. And that's something that I'm keeping at the back of my head, you know, aside the fact that this is early days kind of footage, is the fact that you'll be enjoying the story way more than you will the kind of gameplay. Because there's the other thing, it's just like, this feels like a very jack of trade games, that they're trying to do so much. They've already stated that they've got 1,000 planets, and I'm just sorry, but like, as someone with limited amount of time, or just I want to play other games, having 1,000 planets worth of discovery isn't necessarily a turn on for me. When Dying Light 2 tried the same shenanigans with their like million-hour achievement thing, it was just like, I don't care. I'm not going to be able to do this, so why make it so kind of long and tedious? Because I'm trying to think off the top of my head a game that really has gone on over 100 hours and hasn't had one boring moment of grindy repeatiness. And aside your 1,000 planets, you've also got base building, which base building I liked. I liked the idea that you can have a home base and customize it, etc. But then they had the space flight part of it as well. Now, I'll be the first to admit, I'm not a fan of space flight games at all. And I just thought to myself, well, you've got these RPG elements and they're going to have this, like, you know, space missions in the game where you'll be off to deliver something, or you'll have to kill 10 pirates to finish your mission. And that is just a big, no thank you in my book. The real reason I think there's this flight mode in there, one is to kind of have some sort of level gating system so that you have an area where there's like higher level space pirates you can't go into because they just blow you out and you've got to upgrade your ship to get there. And the other one is it just adds time. It just adds more kind of like hours for you to do things. Now, there's 40 hours of you running around in first person shooty mode, and by the way, for all the completionists, there's 30 hours of flight and discovering random planets and Uranus too. But I mean, this is just my speculation, so don't take me too seriously on this. I could be completely wrong. And the other thing as well is I don't think this space flight is as immersive as everyone thinks it is. I didn't see them flying away from the planet or diving up through the atmosphere to go into outer space. I think it's more, time to go into space, boys. Cue animation, and we're in space. Which will have me just begging them to put in some sort of, no space mode, please just take me to the planet. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it so far. If you have your own opinions, agree with me, disagree with me, I'd love to hear what you think about this. And if we get enough replies, as per usual, I'll do another video on this and we'll go through and discuss it and, have some fun with it. So have a great week, everyone, and I'll talk to you all soon.